Hello folks, we got a request to make this video next for the Minecraft Bedrock realm, KILlboT720’s Minecraft Bedrock, SMP baby. So, today's video is about Mountain Federation City. So this is going to be a long video because Mountain Federation City has a long history. So, Mountain Federation City was founded by myself almost 3 years ago. Okay, almost 3 years ago. Like 2 months after the realm first started. Me and a couple friends, we were pretty bored of North City Republic, so we went up to Mountain Federation City, and we started a little town. And the original part of the city was from how do I describe this? The former Skywalk station, which there's no label on it, but it's right above Quaz's shop. It's on the mountain right above Quaz's shop, and the original city was from there to my house, and past my house basically was just a wall of land. It was just like a rolling step basically. There was nothing over there, no swag street, no houses, just 7 buildings. 2 of them were shops, 4 of them were houses, and that big church, which used to be the town hall before Parliament was built. So yeah, that was the original Mountain Federation City. So Mountain Federation City started peaceful, just building itself up, but they eventually got a leader, which was Vacuous Movie. I passed on leadership to Vacuous Movie because I figured we needed a genuine leader. So he became the leader, and Mountain Federation City started taking land from North City Republic, started going in and claiming some areas. Now, originally, the people of North City Republic didn't care because, they weren't using the land that was taken. It was just part of the city, but it didn't really matter. But eventually, one small detail: North City Republic and Mountain Federation City were connected with a dirt skywalk, which you could walk across. So yeah, that's how you would get between Mountain Federation City and North City Republic. So anyway, eventually, Mountain Federation City started stealing items and pets from North City Republic, the residents, and they were pissed. So they marched over the skywalk, TNT, flint and steel, everything, and started threatening to destroy Mountain Federation City, and setting some things on fire and stuff like that. And I and them, we negotiated, and we kicked Vacuous Movie. We exiled him 3,000 blocks out or something like that. So yeah, and he was exiled for the next few months, until I brought the realm back up and invited people from Reddit. So this is the OGs of the realm. This is probably when you joined, around this time. So what happened was Mountain Federation City absolutely exploded when the realm came back up, because it was a nice place to be in. It was a mountain city that looked nice. It had a bunch of open area, and people wanted to live there. So a ton of people moved in, even on the first day. Vacuous Movie did come back because the citizens of North City Republic, they all quit. So Vacuous Movie came back, but he was accused of stealing from some of the people that moved into Mountain Federation City. So he he was kicked off the throne, and I took over for a day until I realized I was like, I don't want to be the king of any city on the realm. I'd rather give it to someone else. So I gave Quaz the king of Swag Street, because Swag Street was founded in these first few days during this time period. I gave Quasi leadership of Mountain Federation City. Kept my house there, but I was no longer king. And yeah, so under Quaz, the city prospered. Like it grew so much. Like he was recruiting so hard. So many houses were built. Man, like the city definitely changed so much during this first time period. Like it's probably the greatest point of expansion. Lot of big houses were built. That's pretty characteristic of Mountain Federation City. A lot of like bigger houses. Because people just like these big old 2-story, not really mansions, but they were pretty big. So yeah, Mountain Federation City was expanding, and so during this time period, Mountain Federation City, part of it was Laga-Swa-Bo-Twaze-Ku, which was this big farm right next to Swag Street. Which eventually, the chunk of it was completely deleted. But that's the original location of Laga-Swa-Bo-Twaze-Ku, or LGBTQ for short. So the Sister Sobel, who founded that town, was pretty crafty. So yeah, eventually though, Mountain Federation City made some enemies with the city of Pogville. Now Pogville exists today, but back in the day, Pogville was a lot more like warlike, and they were, they still are warlike, but they were animals back then, like summoning withers and stuff like that. So what Pogville ended up, so this rivalry between them heated up a lot. So what ended up happening was Mountain Federation City was completely flooded by Pogville. They flooded everything. They flooded every inch of people's houses. They flooded the streets. Everything was flooded. You could not live in Mountain Federation City anymore. Like, it was, you could literally go in a boat, and it was easier to go in a boat than to walk. So it was like Venice in a way, but except it wasn't, because all the houses were completely flooded. Maybe Venice in the future. But yeah, so that's what happened to Mountain Federation City. And some of the residents were pissed, because there were a good like 15 residents, I'd say, and all of them just couldn't go in their homes. Like, it was, and actually, some of the residents of Mountain Federation City helped Pogville. They were traders. So there were some traders in the city. So I think a few people's houses were left alone, like the traders, but it was a mess. And yeah, people were mad about it. So what happened was, someone who knew where Pogville was went and obliterated the city. Like, completely TNT nuked the city. It was, and that Pogville would never come back. Pogville, as a town, they moved somewhere else, but they did not stay in that town, because as fuck. The original location of Pogville is fuck. The person who did this was never found, but it was probably one of the residents of Mountain Federation City. And so yeah, Mountain Federation City stayed flooded for a week until some new players joined the realm, and they helped out in deflooding Mountain Federation City. So Mountain Federation City would rise again, unlike Pogville. technically. I mean, Pogville has risen again, just in a different location, you know. But Mount Federation City, they kept their city because nothing was destroyed. It was just flooded. So, yeah, they did an awesome job fixing up the city. And people moved in again. I was surprised by this. After a week, everyone was gone, basically. But when it was deflooded, everyone just moved back in, and it like reached the same population. Usually that wouldn't happen. Usually it would just stay abandoned, you know, at least for a little while, but no. So yeah, Mount Federation City rose again, but Mount Federation City kind of did have a bit of an enemy on the realm, or the Marlians were kind of an enemy to all on the realm. They were hackers. They you know, they did all this shady stuff like spawning withers everywhere, and hacking stuff, and just all this nasty stuff that they did. And the Marlians actually moved into Mountain Federation City for some reason. Like, they claimed a few houses and moved in, and they lived there for a few days, and they caused a little chaos. I think they were summoning withers still and stuff like that, but they were eventually banned from the realm and never to be seen again. But some of their hacked gear still floats around in the realm economy, you know. So yeah, the Marlians came in. What else happened in Mount Federation City? Parliament was constructed, the original Parliament, which was actually behind Swag Street. And that was completely removed several times. The original Parliament. It was rebuilt, removed, rebuilt, removed. It was crazy because it was such a big build. Anyways, Parliament was there. There were some land acquisitions. So, Mount Federation City. So Sister Sobble moved into the lowlands because when their farm town was destroyed, they moved into the lowlands and created a new Lagaswabo Twazeku. And you know, Mountain Federation City claimed this and kicked Sister Sobble out. So Sister Sobble had to move to a far off place. Pretty far off, not really. But they had to move a bit further from Mountain Federation City for obvious reasons, because they kept claiming crap. But yeah. So Mountain Federation City now had this low area, which they named New Mountain Federation City. It was still part of the city, but the city's so big that it has like different districts, you know. So yeah, this is actually where the new Parliament is. The new Parliament is down there. So Mountain Federation City became less active when Quaz was banned. Quaz and his friends were banned. Not gonna get into that, but some things happened where Quaz was banned from the realm and his friends and stuff. And obviously he was the king of Mountain Federation City, and he still is today. He's on the realm again. But yeah, the city was without a leader for quite a while. And this was around the time when Star took over. When Star took over my realm, because I passed on the leadership of my realm to another player, and took a break for a while. So yeah, when Star owned the realm, Mountain Federation City stayed like with 10 people, and they got a new leader. Now, at this time, Mountain Federation City wasn't really the biggest anymore. Like, for a long time, for most of the realm's history, Mountain Federation City was the biggest. And to this day, it is the biggest. But during that time, cities like Utopia City and Floroma Town became the two biggest, and Mountain Federation City was like the third biggest. And it got a new leader, which I do not know who it was, but it did have a leader during that time. And the city was worked on a bit, but not really. It just kind of stayed the same. Like, you know, not too many new things. Just was maintained. Until the realm was corrupted, and then Star made a new realm, her own realm, and the players moved there because my realm was corrupted. So after this, my realm was shut down for like 8 months until I brought it back in January, I'd like to say. January of this year, or December. But so yeah, the realm was brought back up, and Quaz came back to the realm with some friends, and took ownership of Mountain Federation City back, and is the current leader of Mountain Federation City. So at this time, Mountain Federation City was worked on a lot. Like, it made a lot of progress, and it got a bunch of new residents, kind of like a long time ago. Like, it became the biggest city on the realm very quickly. The new parliament was built in the new MFC. Many new buildings were built. And many things were refurbished and restored, and the city feels alive again. Like, if you're just flying around on the realm and you're near MFC, like, you'll see tons of people. MFC stands for Mountain Federation City, by the way. But yeah, you'll probably see someone there. The massive MFC lake, which used to look like crap, is slowly looking better. Like, it has some islands in it, has a dock. It's looking good. Let's see. Anything else new with Mountain Federation City? Not really. Other than it. So, about Mountain Federation City, it has a huge griefing and stealing problem. As the largest city on the realm, there's just some fucking loser who just sits there all day and griefs and destroys. Like, it's not bad, but it's very annoying. It's like random blocks of city blocking people's houses. It's like releasing all the villagers from their enclosures. Like, why? And a lot of stealing, a lot of that type of bullcrap. But yeah, it's a beautiful city, and it always bounces back. Knock on wood, because, you know, I founded the city. I have a soft spot for MFC, so yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. This was a pretty long video, but I'm glad I made it, because MFC is a very cool city. And tune in next time, because there will be a video on the next city. And if you want your city featured, let me know. Okay, let me know either on the Discord or in the comments here, and I will cover it. Peace out, folks.